it's your girl Dana Michelle. Welcome to another vlog. If you are new here, welcome. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. And if you're already a subscriber, welcome home, you guys. Today, I just wanted to do a little chit chat with y'all so y'all can get to know your girl a little bit better. I'm probably gonna do like a couple parts of this, just spread out into different vlogs, just because I want this channel to be very genuine, authentic. I really want y'all to get to know me, and I want to get to know y'all. Yeah, I consider myself to be a Texas girl. I was born in West Texas, in Abilene, on Dyess Air Force Base, and I was born August 5th, Leo gang. And I was pretty much my dad's birthday present. My dad's birthday is August 6th, and I was born like 4 hours shy of his birthday, so I'm my dad's little present. But yeah, I was born on Dyess Air Force Base. And y'all wanna know like a really weird thing? I don't know how many of my followers are my age. I'm 41, but y'all, on my birth certificate, under race, now I was born on a military base in 1981. On my birth certificate, under race, you will never guess what it says. It doesn't say black, it doesn't say Negro, it doesn't say African American. Y'all, on my birth certificate, it has me labeled as Negroid. Negroid. Have y'all heard of that before? Crazy, right? I want to do some digging into that because I'm just like, I've never even heard that word used. But anyways, I just had to give y'all that little, I don't even want to say fun fact. That's a scary fact. But so yeah, I was born on Dyess Air Force Base in West Texas. My dad was in the military when I was born, so I was born into that military brat life. We stayed in Abilene for, I want to say maybe 2 years, year and a half maybe. So I really don't remember a lot about Abilene. The only thing I remember is the zoo. And I do think at one point, and I don't know if it still is, but I know Abilene was in the Guinness World Book of Records for being like the city with the most churches in it, I think. Anyways, so after we left Dyess, my dad got orders to Hill Air Force Base in Utah. So we moved to Utah, and that's where my sister, DB, was born. We are 3 years, 3 months apart. So yeah, so DB was born in Utah, Hill Air Force Base, and then I want to say we stayed there for maybe 2, maybe 3 years, and then we moved back to Texas. My dad was stationed at Carswell Air Force Base, which used to be located in Fort Worth. So once again, back in Texas, and we lived there for maybe 2 to 3 years. We lived on base. We had great neighbors. Actually, our neighbor, Mr. Jaime, he's the one who taught me how to ride a bike. My dad, because I know people always think like, just because you're in the military, you're rich and all that, but my dad was an NCO in the military, and my dad still worked a part-time job. I remember my dad worked as a bellman at a nice hotel in downtown Dallas. So yeah, but Mr. Jaime taught me how to ride my bike, and I think that was like my first real experience, experiencing that military family like community. And we're still friends with that family to this day. So after Carswell, my dad got orders to Yokota Air Force Base in Japan. So off we go to Japan, and we were in Japan. We moved there in 1988, and we left in 93. So we were there for 5 years. And I spent 1st through 6th grade in Japan, which was so amazing. I remember, I think I was in 3rd grade, and as a field trip, we got to like climb part of Mount Fuji. Actually, the apartment building that we lived in on Yokota, they were called the Towers. We lived on did we live on the 2nd floor? But our balcony on a clear day, every day, if it was a clear day, literally Mount Fuji was right there on our balcony. So, I mean, when I think about it now, I can't believe that I was blessed to have that life as a kid. Like, I don't even know, I'm pretty sure I didn't really understand how blessed and fortunate I was to be able to experience that, because I was born into that, so that was normal, you know. But now that I think about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got to climb Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji was like right there every day for 5 years. But yeah, went to 1st to 5th grade was at Yokota East Elementary. Y'all. So shout out to anybody that went to Yokota East. Japan is so beautiful, y'all. I highly encourage you visit. I mean, I haven't been in ages, but so beautiful. So then after Japan, in 1993, my dad got orders to Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. Y'all, this was absolutely the hardest move for me, going from Japan to Alabama, and not even just going from Japan to Alabama, but going from elementary school to middle school in a completely different country. I've spent 5 years of my life in Japan on a military base, you know, with this family community, and not really having to worry about crime. There was, you know, safety. We were able to do things and travel and all this stuff. And then here we are in Montgomery, Alabama. And it just so happened that where my parents bought our home, it had me zoned to go to one of the not so good junior high schools in Montgomery called Capitol Heights Junior High School. Not sure if it's still open, but if it is, I mean, hey to anybody who went to Capitol Heights. So yeah, Capitol Heights, I was there from 93 to 96. And so that was 7th through 9th grade, and y'all, that school was rough. I mean, I remember the first day of school, my mom dropped me off, and I was just standing there, y'all. I felt so out of place. I didn't feel safe. There's like this huge, like old blue metal detector at the front entrance of the school that you have to go through every morning, and like there's security and police. Like I had never experienced that, especially coming from Japan. What? So yeah, I witnessed kids getting jumped into gangs at PE. There was a girl who went into labor in one of my classes, in my math class. Y'all, in my 7th grade life science class, my teacher, her name was Miss Harper. She got called out of the classroom for something. She had to go to the front office, and she left the class unattended, right? Y'all, when Miss Harper left that classroom, this young lady who was in my class, I don't know what her age was, but she was in my 7th grade life science class. She was about 6 feet tall, head full of gray hair. Her name was Jackie. If you're watching, hey girl. When Miss Harper left the classroom, Jackie decided to come up from behind me, and with one, y'all remember them old school steak knives, the ones that had the wooden handle, the brown wooden handle. Jackie came up from behind me with that knife, held it to my neck, and told me that if I didn't stop talking like a white girl, she was gonna slit my throat. So guess what I did? Your girl didn't talk for the rest of the year in that class. I ain't say nothing because I wanted to live. Traumatizing. So anyways, fast forward a little bit, my dad got orders to move to Korea. However, these were different orders because the family, we were not included in that move. So my dad went to Korea while my mom, my sister, and myself remained in Montgomery, Alabama. And needless to say, we weren't feeling Montgomery and we were trying to get up out of there. So my dad, back then you had to get special permission for your family to come with you to Korea. And after a few tries, my dad received the special permission for us to come. So we got up out of Montgomery. We left in 1996. And I began my sophomore year at Osan Air Force Base in South Korea. Y'all, that was like the best time of my life. Not gonna lie, my sophomore year, it did take me a little time to like get used to the military community, the military life again, because it wasn't so much like that in Montgomery. So sophomore year was a little rough, but going into my junior year, I started being more involved. Like I did cheerleading, and then I started playing volleyball, and then I found my group of friends and a group of ladies. I want to say the end of my sophomore year, the beginning of my junior year, and y'all, I feel so fortunate to have experienced such great friendships in high school, especially being a girl. It's hard, you know what I'm saying? But they were the best friends, and to this day, I love them just the same. So shout out to Michelle, Diana, Desiree, and Jen. Y'all, they made my time in Korea so much better. And honestly, like that, me being friends with them proved that it does matter who you hang out with. Because when I lived in Alabama, it wasn't cool to get good grades and stuff. So my grades dramatically changed while I was in Montgomery. And then when I got to Korea, everybody got good grades. And so I don't want to be the dumb friend, right? So hanging around those girls made me want to be a better student, made me think bigger up here, made me want more. So I'm so grateful that I was able to experience such great friendship, and still to this day. So anyways, we're in Korea having the time of my life, eating all the food, y'all. That's why Korean food is my favorite food of all time to this day. Like, I love Korean food. I keep kimchi in my refrigerator, at least 2 different types at the same time. Like, I don't play about my kimchi. But living my best teenage life in Korea, playing volleyball, cheerleading, hanging out downtown. Y'all, I'm not gonna get into all the downtown shenanigans, but your girl was living her best life, okay? So then I graduated high school at Osan, Osan American High School, go Cougars. I graduated in 1999, and then my dad got orders to Randolph Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. And so we moved here and been here ever since. Moving here was a huge adjustment too, y'all. I honestly, this is gonna sound crazy because I don't even know how I even thought it was gonna work. I tried running away the night before we were supposed to fly out from Korea. I was at one of my friend's house. Was I at Desiree's house? I can't remember, y'all, but I was trying to come up with a plan. And if I'm not mistaken, Desiree was trying to help me come up with a plan too of how I could stay in Korea, because I can't remember. I think I was one of the first of my group of friends to leave, because yeah, we were all going different places. But I want to say I was one of the first, if not the first to leave. And I just felt like everybody's going to still be there and I'm leaving. And needless to say, we didn't come up with a plan because my behind was on that plane. I cried on that plane, y'all. Like, I mean, when I say sobbed and boohooed, I did not want to leave. I didn't want to leave Korea. And when we moved to San Antonio, it took me a while to adjust. I was low. I don't want to say I was depressed, but I was not happy at all. So yeah, and I've been in San Antonio ever since. I had plans after, when I was in high school in Korea, I was in ROTC. I was an ROTC, or JROTC. I was a JROTC officer. I had a written recommendation from my instructor in JROTC for the academy. I had a application to Spelman College. That was like my dream college. And then I moved here to San Antonio, and then the plan changed to just enlisting into the Air Force, just regular enlistment. But then some things fell through with the physical stuff, because when we lived in Japan, the air quality over there isn't that great. They have like this smog. And so while we were over there, I had symptoms of asthma. So y'all know the military, if you don't know, those military medical records, yeah, they put everything in there. And so when I was going through the process to join the military, that came up. And so it was just a lot, trying to do the waivers and this and that. And then by this time, I had met my ex-husband, who was 6 years older than me. And y'all, the more we hung out, the more I wasn't trying to leave him. And he didn't want me to go. He didn't want me to go. And so I just got distracted, y'all. I got distracted. So here I am, 41, divorced for 12 years this year. I have 2 absolutely beautiful young adult daughters. Kyra, my baby, she's 17, she'll be 18 in May. And Cammie, my firstborn, she is 19. She's a freshman at UT in Austin. Yeah, I there's no way that I could have imagined my life being what it is now. There are lots of things that I thought I would already have accomplished by now, but at the same time, looking at the woman that I am today, I would have never imagined myself in such strength and being so bold and walking in my truth and just being me. And I'm so proud of who I've become and who I'm becoming. And I know that I wouldn't be who I am today had I not been blessed to travel the world because of my father's sacrifice and serving for 26 years. I wouldn't be who I am today if I hadn't have, been in situations where I had to constantly meet new friends and be around different cultures and different races, different religions. I wouldn't be who I am today if I hadn't have been denied for joining the military. There's so many things that I've gone through that I'm like, okay, everything don't make sense, but it makes sense. So y'all, I'm super excited to share my life with you guys. I hope you guys hear my heart, feel my heart. I'm super excited about taking this journey with you guys. And this is just the beginning. I'm gonna share more. If y'all have any questions, if there's anything y'all want me to talk about, please comment and I will be more than happy to share. That's what I'm here for. And that's it, y'all. I'm gonna close this vlog out and I will see y'all in the next.